another day. If you see me in this platform, you must know there is someone, a mastermind of influence that I am bringing. We're just going to have a talk. I am your host, Maggie Mahlaule, and this is Masterminds of Influence. Before I actually get to the tabing, I need to acknowledge somebody. You know, this woman is dressing me, Baton. My TV shows, the podcasts, I know a lot of people are commenting about my dresses. My mother, who is turning 86 in April, she is the woman behind my antique dresses. So I just have to acknowledge her. So today we are with Ntate Thabiso Motaung. Events, the funerals, the weddings, you name them all. I met him 2017 during my uncle's funeral, and I kept on wondering, this level of excellence, where is it coming from? So I'm with him today. He is just going to tell us all, everything. We want to know all. Ntate Motaung, welcome to Masterminds of Influence.
Thank you for being here, and thank you. I'm humbled to have a space to be joining you today.
Yes. So I just want to know, before we come to where you are now, we are going to dig, re-kuka di carpet. We want to know, who is Thabiso Motaung?
Yeah, long journey. But I think Thabiso Motaung ke a guy o loreng o goletse ko o tswetse ko Atteridgeville.
Okay.
Go Holy Cross Hospital.
All right.
And yeah, I think that's it all began. And then Heki, just as a baby, Mama, I decided, no, it's oh, le auswaka, aba khuriseke koko. You know, ko Mamelodi.
Okay.
You know, yes, it was in between Mamelodi and Atteridgeville because Mama was a nurse, a matron. So it was a bit hectic for her, I can imagine, you know, trying to raise this, this bundle of joy and ele auswaka, I don't know, ere kuku, because utsepa kuku, are kuku, utlo khudisaba.
Yes.
You know, so yeah, I think it began there, you know, the journey started there, and obviously, you know, being mwana kuku, you know, not ignoring the fact that Mama played a pivotal role, but I think kuku played a major role, you know, to be where
as a second mother,
yes. You know. So I think that's where it began. So Koko, you know, and Koko and Koko man, you know. I think because that's what I've been hearing as a feedback, you know, because you hear what people say,
yes.
You can't judge yourself. People are you know, and I think because Koko somewhat gave me the principles about pelo to say, sharing is caring, you know. Sometimes it was a bit frustrating because we do to a homework, Thabiso! I know, you know. Guru, first part, Thabiso! You know, the principles of sharing is caring. It started there because Koko didn't mind her resna next, but will share. You know, all fitang, kitty, kiboroto, kabotoro, kajeme, bona, roto share.
And nowadays we wait for Bayeng to leave before we can, can eat or something.
So I think Koko played a very pivotal role to be where I am from a principal perspective. So yeah, I think more Koko, you know, avoided me to get into matata, you know, alfatsi, you know, that was not their belief because he tried to, you know, protect, you know, us, you know, like, you know, do ballroom and Latin, you know, dance, you know, class kolong wa itse re tshwantse tlhatswe di kousu o polish di tlhako o ba etse homework and then I re more dancing, you know. So I think
So was he part of the dance or he was just taking?
No, like in terms of, you know, she would make sure she could dance. So she was not, but she was supportive.
Oh, nice.
I mean, would go to the competition, dance competition. She'll be there. apea bo magwenya o make sure dikuku di teng heria maetong ne ra maetong gore re go Transvaal, if you remember go tloa go Transvaal o ya you know bo Lesotho, you know bo Cape Town, we traveled a lot. I was also a young man because I mean dance ballroom and Latin, you know, assisted us with discipline. You know, would write you know how to handle women, because I'm not a dancer. So women for us it was like
fragile.
Yeah, fragile. So he handled with care. So so I think it all began there. You know, obviously from, you know, just to give you a snapshot. But I think majorly Kuku kena khurisitse Thabiso. You know, and may her soul rest in peace. I still miss her to bits. You know, for the person I am now, you know, she played a very pivotal role. So I miss her dearly. I wish you could see what investment she did, you know. Yeah. So yeah, I think maybe pretty much, I think should I maybe go further? But I think, that's where it all began. My melody.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it was just you, your sister, Lekoko, no one else there.
No, I can't remember you know, I mean, it was a big family. I mean, Nanale, in fact, between, there were, from my mother's side, there were 12. But I think, you know, for about 8 to 6 made it, you know, because like, there are a lot of miscarriage. But I think between, so it was a big family, you know. So Koko, Nasim, Motonele, selfless. So, Otlatzia, we had a lot of cousins. We were busy, you know, it's a 4-room house, but it was life. It was like alive, because my cousins, you know, Malume, busy man.
And she still made time.
She made time, you know, and it's a humble beginnings. No someone who has shorter, because Kokuna now Konapia, you know, le cabbage, le barking, the sopo.
Yes.
So no hole pila hole monate. Was when you were woman, what but you know, because you know there was love, you know. So she made sure, and I think what I liked, you know, because I mean my parents were really up there, but I think status Sabona, she didn't impact me, you know, to be raised Kamala, because my mom was a qualified nurse, you know. And my dad was a qualified estate agent.
I wanted to ask, you're not saying anything about...
No. He did, you know, later on, he played a very pivotal role. You know? So
yeah, just that you were staying fairly cool.
Yeah, so but I mean, the weekend they will go, Rababone, you know. So so you got to get the best of both.
Yes.
You know, humble to go high at least go bioscope, you know.
Bioscope. Because drive through the bioscope.
So you happen to get the best of both. So I think it was a balanced life. You know, you had to get the best of both, you know, when it's high up there, when it's low out there. So I think I pretty much can safely say I lived a balanced life, you know, but predominantly it was go. And then obviously, primary school, high school, so hey, mama, but you got spoiler
spoiler mostly.
Life or boarding school.
Sure.
You know, and it was a bit hectic how from a, you know, this chilled life to now, but I'm trying to spandel. You know? So mama got competition more most of life give me supporting school. So that's when then it was Bariki Central Secondary School, go social.
Yes. Oh, Central was boarding school.
Nearly late.
Oh, okay.
So, you know, I think that's was standard 60. Good thing, man. I want to more. Aye. Anybody else in between. So we get it. But fortunate background was very clear, because I care
the values have been instilled in you.
So I just felt like I didn't mix up. I mean, not so you know, badly brought up type of agenda. So we had to mix, because it redefined now me to say I'm based on the principles, you know, I cannot smoke. I cannot do this. I cannot do this. So everything was like, if you do something bad, Koku will whisper. So I think
Yes.
hey, watch out, behavior, don't, so I think those principles, made me, avoid a lot of dangers in life, The next go high school, boarding school, katoma ballroom and Latin,
Sure.
So I can tell about but I get a lot of respect, So it's how, Mijolo,
Kuku's principles all the way.
So I think, it made me to who I am today because I'm careful, taking, how to handle women because respect there, all those things. So then when I didn't get clap, so I became a favorite because Thabiso, what dances are about respect for you. So
and it was a very rare thing then.
It was very rare. So
yes.
So then now, instilling discipline to other working colleagues and everything, avoiding, to mishandle women. So I think for me, that's that. Then obviously, sadly, Karako standard 8, standard 9. That they wanted to pick up because Coco, then she was not okay in and out of hospital. So we can't, usually never high after maybe a term, but then Coco was totally right. Then no, that every week I to pick up. Something's not well. We finally go to see her at the hospital. Hey, she's joyful. Hey, but that is next week. Take it December.
Hiding the pain.
Because I think they knew her a bundle of joy. When then this funny Thursday afternoon about Lile, hey, what's a then Ratsaiwa Mola Kapile Mola. Office principal hey, I think my dad was thankful, very, very intelligent, God-fearing man. I still respect him. He's 86 years old.
Oh, same age as my mom.
I think, then I think as we go, Rafitla, then they broke the news. I think it was part of my life. Was
second mother.
But then the funeral. But then things were never right after that. But now because we are busy, so to push I think because of the lifestyle, busy commitment. That's like school. So you went by because things have to be done. But something is ligament.
Yes.
Then obviously, it went, then Rafetza Matric. I think then, went to tertiary, then Otomam Zolomo, I think to hustle and everything else. I think because of was Pandela, go
body.
Yeah, go body. So, but obviously to flip quickly, Papa, obviously played a role. He was a tennis player, he was into gym. So we can try to go tennis court or tennis.
So Luna Lina Pila Sekhoa Pila Pila. The tennis, the ballroom dancing.
So I think it was a balanced life, but not from a true give, it was not as obvious because Mama as being iron fist, she was very strict for it. I would look at Mahala, she would tell you. I think I got the best of both, because I look high quite like the weekend. They hold to a couple of 6. How? But I will Pumnadi Sandilia Mola Budang the bathroom ho tape the Mola who busy man now but baking baking very good with baking. I'm very good,
Wow.
So to those, so Thabiso, you must know what you do as I will. This is my house,
Yes.
You do as I say, So I think in the main, how to get the balance, one because you knew nothing's for free. You knew now put the roof over your head. I'll clothe you. I'll take you to school, health wise. But anything else, if you batla when something. You get it, get it on. So I think I had to somewhat, be creative. To say, hey, what should I do? So entrepreneurship journey started there.
Oh, it started there. Thanks to boarding school.
Yeah, yes.
Okay.
Yeah, or so I'd go to my dad's work because city council.
Oh, okay.
So you'd go to drive because what I would do is entrepreneurship more because I would say, okay, so two things. What I did is like kata the green.
Okay.
So go the neighboring one, yeah. Kata greeny, more like saving over now. Okay. If but it was more holidays because remember nearly that type where all look at holidays you can only do that because school it was hectic. So yeah, guys are okay. Then guys are okay. Maybe so I would go to my dad's office and say, hey, somehow I know how to. I was persistent. I knew how to, convince people. Like if I had that aura, people's person, because I get dancing to be exposed to be able to eloquently, engage myself with people. So yeah, I think then that, I would say, hey, okay, what about Kaimo? Okay, when I estate agent, social worker, mola. So I would scan the environment.
Yes.
20, 30, yeah. So I'll go.
So you're doing your due diligence right there.
Scan the environment. So I managed to now, convince them somewhat. And fast forward, the whole offices.
Sure.
And I was very strategic. Next time I get no. Maybe 3 times a week. And I get it. So one of the power of cumulative, it started there to cumulative. It's again, I get sort of run no company about 10 rand.
Yes.
And now I can know spar box. I open up a bank account. Now because I'm Mama nenza postpone I put a bank account to check it later. But I eat. Depositor. So
wow.
I had an unfair advantage.
And how old were you at that time?
No, I'm going to 13, 14, 15. Yeah, those tender ages.
Teens, yes.
Then I took the low. Boys and cars. So my kids was when drive because it was along the fences. So more parking at the back of the offices. So how can drive? Can they know Europa time mama can so dealing are not a shop the time. He was a very strategic guy.
Yes.
He wouldn't be emotional. He was very that's why I give a peace. That's where, So I don't know how to throw area shop. Okay. I don't know. Then I come drive. Drive. Trust me, kids will mola. Who for stop, who indicate you, who pack your shop on who reverse you, who you are. That's when I started. No self-taught, nobody literally by observing and that's why it is. I think maybe enough to be able to about inquiring mind. I think that's
being inquisitive and all.
So hence so it was self-taught. A lot of things were self-taught. Business was self-taught. So yeah, I think that's where it started. So then having capital 11, I've managed to do things, what my peers will never do. I've managed the first trip to Greyhound to Durban.
Greyhound was the bus.
Then, they couldn't understand.
And probably people thought because of the status study parents that is the backup from the parents. And I think it started there. So just in a nutshell, I think that's where it is, yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
And sometimes we think when parents bale hard on kids is because the tough love sometimes is mistaken for the parents habarate bana, or the parents are stingy.
Exactly.
But look at what tough love has done.
No. I think I consider myself blessed, to ever been given the opportunity to be raised by that woman. I think those are unsung heroes. If she was here, trust me, she was got the best of everything. And but look, I think she's watching over me, and I still feel her. That's why, and it's a long time ago, but it's like she's alive. She's watching over me, and obviously, So I think, that's my background, how it all began. And there's a lot of stories. Trust me, we can be here till tomorrow. But I think the background, it comes from there.
What an interesting background. Specifically the fact that you didn't see this somewhere, but it is like something you were born with.
Yes.
Something that is like there was a push, a drive, or you need to do this.
Exactly.
But imagine if you were getting everything on a silver platter.
Yes. Look, and also, I think it was because remember I had a dipstick, because remember Erohola, as Noko, it was a big family, my cousins, we almost had the same type of upbringing, and all that. I think, you can compare, and it's not a good comparison, but it is because remember other certain things, I listened, I respected, I did, but the flip side, two of my cousins didn't, and it turned out the other way around. So we got the same upbringing.
Yes.
And but if we didn't have this,
it's like the story of the talents in the Bible, where you get the same, but at the end of the day, what you have with you is different.
It's different,
Sure.
So now for me, I always say, yes, upbringing is very important, but look, what are you taking from? So it doesn't necessarily, you can, as well, comparison. You can have the best, upbringing, but if it's not, so now for me, there's no excuse. They just didn't have anything. But they turn out to be, the best you can ever imagine. But really everything, But so there's a cutting edge. Switch, you learn, but then are you taking what you learn forward? So it's not about it's sort of what are you absorbing, and that will create the future for you.
Very true.
Yeah.
So I don't want us to jump to Cartel as yet.
Yeah,
I believe there are other businesses you have done.
Sure.
Every successful business person I've met, they have other businesses that failed.
Sure.
Some, they'll tell you about bankruptcy and many, many sad stories. So I want to go into those that failed. What was it? What happened? What did you learn?
Look, there are many.
Many.
I think others are still, happening. But, I think, look, failure in business is inevitable. Correct. But you need to fail fast.
Fail fast.
That's the trick.
Okay.
And learn fast, because you are going to fail. Hold to my business. Ki guarantee that you're going to fail. I'll tell you why. You think it's a good working opportunity because we're convinced. Somewhere, I've got a dream. And on that, there's competition.
Yes.
There is a lot of working issues around business. So competition being one, and obviously not having enough research. Trying to research a product or product. Is it actually what people would want? So, a simple example. Trust me. I don't know. You know, nama.
Nama. Is it not cooked or
raw?
Raw. Okay.
My working a butcher, Erikisa nama, it distributed like go working member work sang the taxi driver.
Yes.
Informal, a restaurant. So what
easy money.
Can't you don't know the value chain?
Sure.
Because the value chain doesn't start with just that meat. It starts with where orakana makokai. Because then kifama when a relationship, when a relationship, or you go home, is it a mchekolis or a mdala or a reka mola, so cre moto kata abattoir. You have to now negotiate a butcher. It's a cost. Whatever.
The storage and all.
The storage, the distribution.
Sure.
So by the time you land to the how per kilo it's 10 rand more, but it's 10 rand less. Already competition with Chile before you even you see demand.
Yes, the demand is there.
But then you forget the supply side of it, the cost of doing business. So that's what failed. It failed. It took go just like that. You know,
I like how you're describing it. 2 seconds is gone.
You know, so those are the things that I felt dismally, but I learned. Along the way, I won the T-shirt on that. That's anyway, a construction. Hey, it's construction. How construction? I don't know today. I don't know how it happened. But obviously there's a career side of it. I was once there's another side there after varsity you graduated. So I don't know the business side. Because there was that career side of it. I don't know.
Let's finish this one year construction and then we'll go to the career side. I know. There's so many houses here. There's so many opportunities in terms. There's always who doesn't want the house. So when you're actually looking at where the gaps are or where the demand is, and you just going.
And said, see, no man, I go location now on a stand one. So let me start now going to suburbs. Trust me. My first house, deep in white suburb, to how I got the bond.
So you even built. You've got houses you built.
Trust me.
Okay.
Even the house I'm staying in, I built myself.
I actually thought we are talking about the business. So you were deep in, like your business has started, you were already operational.
So I started fire registering NHBRC.
The
impossible. Look, trust me, I somewhat I've got a way. It cannot be done. It will be done. That's me. But I would say anymore. If it means once I build another door to open to get there, it's not going to happen. So, NHBRC, test, I've got a way. I had a way of how to get a builder. There's a brilliant proposition here. I think when it started because I get nearly just a 6-room house, but so okay, how it was done, the formation of the house from the foundation. So
it fascinated you.
It fascinated you. Please electrician that's what I see.
Yes.
So it taught me along on the job training. I think I didn't go even my career, it doesn't relate to what I'm doing now. I think seeing is believing.
Yes.
So okay, now you contact the tema Sombuka, fast forward after if it's done, Mama kana the tema Sombuka, Narita construction kamunyaka bakamukra ko Mr. Luskaya kamukre.
Where is Mr. Lewis?
Somewhere, that Mr. Lewis is the east side of Pretoria, the other end.
Oh, okay.
If I remember, just if my geography is not there. The one. So yeah, I think that and the Texno Mukria no electrician. And
then not all connected to electrician, all connected to plumber, but connected to everyone.
Then would input cost more. Samende ke bokana or people, oh yeah, okay. Most of the thing, it's the input cost. Oh mare, if we stand, okay, stand ke bokana, okay. Then the cost of doing, but I'm going to understand the computer. Oh, which means stand ke bokana, okay. Then okay, foundation level. Okay, so standing up going level 58,000, and then cost it. Okay, so it's another 100,000. Yeah, now but then wait, it's like 330,000. Most more berekam. First house, trust me. Boom, done. I get one comply.
Yes.
Banker. Because I was credit worthy, I remember. Because I go city of Joburg, I pay sleep. So I think because of those unfair advantage, because of that, So then we sell. Hey, you have profit 120. That was a lot of money.
It was a lot of money.
Then Iran, Impang, cumulative capital.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Then I can buy my own stand to build. But then along the way, I think in normal yes, they were supposed to profit 160, market 120. Something's not right. Can't know, man. Honestly, the hand in a cookie jar.
Oh.
Guess what? Construction. I still love him. Sorry to mention it, but because
that's why people don't do business with family.
No, I wouldn't do that.
Very true.
So yeah, I think it went then one house to another house. But because, I get now, miracle.
Okay.
So nobody's watching, but, the room is burning.
Sure.
Normal.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think that's when things went south, when no subcontractor.
Yeah.
Molo. Our pateli, huge capital expenditure. It's so it went down. Then I decided, look, I close it.
It's just not working.
Yeah, then later, 6-7 projects down the line, officially, but it's late. So
it's late.
Into the business life. If you're not in it. Wow. Yeah, you basically are trusting somebody else out there to do it. It will never happen, unless you try. I don't know, unless maturity level is there. Then Rayakudi panel beating. Ratanako panel beating. The open for group. Yes. One is was a perfectionist. I mean, if I could share with you the houses I've built, even today, beautiful. Because I knew how only shortcut. If you're doing it, you do it right. Quality and all. 4:3. For every 4 cement sand, there must be 1. So I knew who mixer. So structure the cracks. I knew because mixes baropile. So I fairly knew perfect. I was a perfectionist. Wow. So anything that I touch, perfectionist, because you have to make sure it's done right. I think I'll take it over time. Then work open for quality tutsing. Before even people think of it was then, tutsi, and now to sell it to go VW, go to floor room. Because 8 tutsi the bumper and I'll replace them. Into coordination, I'll also go and say, but who's the best spray painter? I'll go to these Italian shops, go Pretoria West. I'll weekend, come and help me for polishing. So I think for me, that's, perfectionist type of vibe, it came there. Then we started into, I think there's so many, those are the highlights, of strings of them, and you also want to engage. Oh, let's sound.
Sound, you're doing
events,
renting it or okay.
Yeah, that's now the beginning of Cartel events and catering.
Okay.
So yeah, I think that fast forward, after then get a normal, I knew the principle of partnership because the different mindsets. So you told me like a sound, and don't tell me how I got to know come next door event, but I would find myself network, Intel or
yes.
So yeah, I think sound started there. Then I started having partnership, but because I was always passionate, I'm always that person, I'm the first one, I'm the last one. So the partnership, it didn't work because people had different agendas. You send money to, it didn't work, and I ended up buying them out to say, look, guys, our vision is not the same. But then I think it was the big deal I've learned, if you want to do it yourself, alone, then.
True.
Then responsiveness to the market, sound, very, very good. State of the art, sound, quality. Then people notice, hey, we really lights, hey,
so I increase, you're adding lighting.
With lights and sound. Hey, the smoke, quality. DJ, I'm a coordinator, very strong. I know, DJ Mama, Hakata, Onyagabukai. I could negotiate.
Yes.
I know, okay, but you're on retainer. I'll give you the gigs. But then it started then getting others and getting at when other people, the responsiveness for the market. I think that's the right way. Then Thabiso, why say it's really, oh yes. I think now Cartel at home. Can I start there?
Yes.
It started. I can make another sound. Remember? Yes. Then it was that night. I'll never forget it. A friend of ours, a family friend, was going to be posted go Washington. So it's now a farewell because Baba pushed off for every 4 years. So as an international tax expert, because they go through to all the countries, they tax laws and change VAT 15.5, 16%, because they go through the world and see the markets and all that. So yeah, I think that was a turning point that night, because then okay, sound is there. Our chef, our friend of us, ingredients. So give our friend,
yes,
let's give them a good send off. Little they know by somebody noticing. What is a passion line? So hi man. Let's decor catering. Hey.
Yeah, we did about the high.
I don't know. Come on. Kin. Are?
Sure.
Arne tips, there's something here. If you haven't thought about it, start thinking hard. There is something, because who can drink mola, put crystal glass mola, who proper man, a centerpiece, the underplate, the hook, fork and knife. How did you get to know? No, I gotta study. I look at what's happening.
And we are the geeky, we are the eventing.
I can. Let's like a computer.
Yes.
I can do better. I think that also the perfectionist being me. I think that's when it started. So then that was a turning point, because then with sound, okay, I can do deco. I started with deco. I remember. Then taful dugu now called Rabi Mola Kobo Kai Kai one. How Manoha? I get what was this month lay by, okay, no. Bona, fast forward the who deco. Like I can remember you run the sound.
Yes. Now Gideko. Hey. But then what was the name? Was it, did you start
no, it was Sounds and Lights then.
Oh, Sounds and Lights. And then now Deco. Okay.
So it Sounds and Lights, and it, but Sounds and Lights didn't correlate with deco. Yes. Have to change, Then, it's confusing now. Then there was a time now I was opportunity to go to Egypt. Mama ko khai she was working for competition tribunal. Ne? I can get the price fixing, competition laws and everything. So she was posted. So we traveled a lot. Travel the world. But I get not necessarily because I get no Cape Town. So traveling for me was like, so I'll take leave. It's my Lena, go Canada, wherever, just to get competition laws. And so then go busy because now travel. How you look at the symposium now go, but then this day yes. Then they talked about laws, about price fixing. Then cartel. Cartel. There's a bad cartel. Cartel is not a good, drugs on everybody. Yes. All these bad things. I carry cartel. Cartel. Trust me, cartel. Not so.
Sure.
Karano was thinking, register a company. I can remember the next signs on lights.
Yes.
Karano ate about cartel projects and events.
Wow.
I then Babylon, category, you're not cartel. But I got to understand, it's more, competition, monopoly, and all these things. I like that. It's going to create a conversation.
Yes.
But Rina remembers a good. So then, when we started doing deco, but we're just doing the most amusing deco. The creative mindness. Google, what's happening in the world?
Okay.
Who flower, patterns, formation. Remember the dancing to formation?
Yes.
I would look at now, these things,
sure,
they're adding up.
It was like building blocks.
Yeah, building blocks. I think you said it correctly. So. And then fast forward, I hope responsive because now cartel, okay, deco sound. What shot on what the moment? I'm a little because you know what? I get cartel. Remember cartel? Cartel is conglomerate.
Yes.
All in one. You keep it here. That's I think maybe to put it nicely. Then we get right at catering now. Catering on the like os el simola.
Yes.
Networking. Don't even come next to me. So then you coordinate the one. Then it went so well. I think then more desking. I can remember who 9 to 5. I can feel my right again.
Yes, we have to come to that 9 to 5.
9 to 5, I didn't say. As much as, look, and because remember, I grew so fast in the career space. I was a very loyal person. So, loyalty, it grow within the ranks quicker.
Oh, you were with SARS.
I was with SARS. Tax auditor, competition auditor, company auditor. So discipline. But I don't know. Remember, discipline. Remember?
Yes.
So now it was easy to work with anybody, whether color of your skin, whether is the most raw, hardcore manager. I had a way in that, trust me. I would work nicely with everybody and I could navigate because I was that person. I was not emotional. I was very intelligent. All right. To get here, you must be nice here.
Yes.
So principle tell us about discipline, and working with people. I was very charismatic. I'm a very charismatic. But with people, trust me, I would.
Yes.
It can be difficult.
True.
I'll find a way. That's my nature. So people centricity. I work with people. So that discipline, helped me to navigate in the business world, to negotiate and all that. So where am I? So my thought, So once, cartel. So
yes.
Then I get questioning myself for a name and again because my life is not here. I was paid well. I was I was deputy director, budgeting and monitoring for the city of Joburg. I was handling the city of Joburg's budget.
Sure.
I was the man, you know, like there was opportunity to grow within, but I want to know, man. And I could also arrange events. I'm talking Kirizain Noko City of Joburg about 2007. But till today, they're still calling me, hey, Thabiso Motaung thing, guys, know to arrange the birthday. You know, I was that person, you know. I was a useful human being, you know. From nothing, no man, I and find, you know, I was that organizer. It was that vibe, you know. So even today, you know, hey, we miss you, hey man, we wish you, hey man, can't we, you know, an opportunity to become a chief, whatever. No, that's not my, you know, I wouldn't go back.
I'm not there anymore.
I'm not there, you know. But because of Huitswara and the discipline, the dedication and honesty. So then I got more. As much as the benefits and everything else is good, it's not my calling. I think I found my purpose.
Sure. But how was it an easy thing actually to leave the job? Didn't you have really fear or what if Cartel it was on the construction, and didn't you have that kind of fear or doubts?
Truth be told, when the decision came, when that thought was planted in my head, I was calculating, what's my next move? So it was a bit itchy because remember, if you don't have a backup plan, look, as much as, you know, sometimes there's a road you have to travel alone.
And that's a less traveled road.
And in uncharted waters, you're going into something, it was never done by this person. Remember, you must remember those things, those dynamics. They play a role, and in the business life, and you know it's going to happen. You know, I would also want to advise the young men out there, young women out there. These are the journeys that you have to travel, and it's either you want to be part of it or not. Because remember the challenge. If you're not going to do it, you're going to regret it for the rest of it, because somebody's going to do it.
Somebody's going to do it.
You know?
Sure.
So, hey, I can't even be stringent and very cautious. Hey, happy. Okay, I call it time. I get a timer. Planning my sheet. Can you do Magogo? You cannot. Are you sure? So instead, fear. Already on a support structure when I started saying, no, you cannot. Career, hey man, what's the business?
Such a big, great career.
And you are just at the, you know, you are there, you know. You are there, you know. Then you're not into or get the question or you know. Then I went, look, mama. No, you cannot. When the business, what you wanted to do, you know, and Musoto. And remember, I've been doing business. Remember, I've been hustler. So now for me, it's a hustling. I had that belief, and I think the man above was, it's a magasi, you know, like there was a guidance, and I prayed about it. I said, look, my creator, I'm taking that leap of faith. I'm jumping ship. Look, literally, and come on, you could notice Bahana.
Sure.
My notice was 3 months now. It was not a month, 3 months.
Or maybe in that 3 months you'll change your mind.
Yeah. No. On your position, but to create the positions, the same thing in the structure. No. Guys, I can consult, but it's not me, you know. So it was not difficult. So yeah, then it started to sort of pensioning, more pensioning. Then I started to do now warehouse, you know, where there's, you know, hey, you know,
it's a fella, it's any. Sometimes we'll have a bank statement or a calculator. What happened?
I must admit, I have an incredible woman on my side, you know. She believed in me.
Wow.
It is an full time again.
Yes.
But again, I don't depend on the second income. I can see. So we rent Tamola. hey, go what's it? Hey, you guys understand it? Rent a wrong place. I mean, plot or can't plot high.
Yo,
Massive infrastructure mola. 300,000.
My goodness.
Refit mola recredit someone city council ki city council the neighbor mama mola baba makhware. Hey, construction. I get no ki akapleke. Hey, so you go na mo. You lend school fees so na mo. Hey, you have to retata mola 300 down there. You start somewhere. But in a fast forward, I think, look, you started now saying, "Yeah, more ki le flop more ki buys it." I mean, more ki buys it. But I think just believing in yourself and believing what this thing will happen, and fast forward, stories, offices, and everything else. That's where we are now. Now. Only product already, but only the infrastructure and everything, but you don't have a product. But I knew already again the 3-in-1 approach. Deco, catering, everything. If you do all in one, you are going to survive. Guess what? My first gig was for free. So I can't really understand
Yes.
About again. I found this family, Motaung family. I won't forget Trishville. The funeral. Everything. Can I do this funeral?
Yes.
Hey, Mahala. Mahala. That was my first break.
Wow.
Trust me. After that, we're here today.
Let's rewind. When the casa ball pen rewind a bit.
Yes.
So your first client was basically you donating to say, this was the marketing strategy say, I'm going to showcase myself. I'm going to sell myself.
I'm going to sell myself. I promise you that was my first break.
Sure.
I'll tell you why. I'm not going to lie to you. Certain things you see now, the decos of the one, modified paling, this is mine. I don't want to mention people's names. I respect, but it started here because it was just that creative mind, and then Buka, the business card. I had this business mind, a business card, small, mola, mola, but it's here.
Because of the excellence.
I promise you, and sound, I remember first the funeral. TV screen, slideshow. They told me I'm being honest with you. They didn't say, when you flip and say, but who run the TV screen, you laugh and say, but this was the engineer, and I think it's unsung, and me being quiet and don't want to blow my own horns, but draping. Tent. I mean, remember those tents, Naguela? Draping. We started that. TV screens, it started there, sound I had it. But after tears, I mean, I remember going to this soul recipe, but there was Motaung family, they went to a jazz. But because remember I had sound. So I didn't mind after the funeral with Chile Mola, but it's yes. Who jazz, who lovely, So it created that, so that vibe, people began to say, yee. Hey man, get the unveiling of Kibukai. Kibukai, just like that. It started like that. So market responded, and now Cartel Project and Events is started now to say now, if shot a toilet again, shot mobile toilet. Remember those Cartel projects and events?
Yes.
Events is events. I've covered the events, but the project side. Because the project, I want to go hand glue.
Yes.
Mobile kitchen, the mobile toilet. So it became the whole value proposition. The whole system. Toilet. We manufacture toilets. And the toilet was...
manufacture?
Yes.
Because 2017, when I came with my aunt during the preparations, my uncle's funeral, I know we came in, you took us everywhere,
Exactly.
showing us the places. And I actually thought it's like you bought them, the mobiles, because I saw the mobile kitchens, everything there go in the plot.
Exactly.
So you manufacture them.
And
wow.
Truth be told, manufacturing was just for our own consumption.
Yes.
But little did you know, people begin to notice. Mobile toilet.
And they're very different. Especially, I saw your kitchen. It was like, it's very different.
Exactly, I mean, we started to attract ESCO more, the toilet, the mining, because a person would see, manufacture. So that was not the intention. Not for our own consumption, because wanted to want to make the cost of doing business must be cheaper.
Yes.
I mean, if you manufacture your own, you are more competitive. Remember Cartel?
Yes.
How competitive now? You must be very careful, because price. You don't try it at home.
Yes.
Well, anyway, so remember Ella price Ella So you learn the hard way, but you learn your competitiveness. What do you cut the middleman? Try to do things your own and all that. Buy in bulk, buy so we ended up also, now we're also manufacturing our own tent. The pyramid tents, we do our own. So keep manufacturing, remember?
Wow.
So because now we've got 8 companies, but I mean today I get events, but there's evolution here, everything else, so
but we want to get into that, not just events like cartel. Like these are cartel babies.
Cartel babies. Yes. So I think that's where now, because now we're manufacturing for our own, there was interest, remember, ne? So I mean, big companies that now are here running, we attracted also big companies. I mean, we manufacture, we also export. Ghana, we do mines, body mobile showers, body mobile head washes, body nail bar, mobile bakery. We do big stuff. I mean,
mobile bakery. I've never.
Alternative housing solution now.
Sure.
We're launching, formalizing informal settlements. It's something that's coming on the launch. When I launch, I'll invite you to see that.
Yes.
And then body alternative schooling solution. We do also build schools. God, alternative way. But yeah. So the manufacturing, it's also growing in its own right,
So this is the project part, Cartel.
The Cartel,
Okay.
So we also do furniture for ourselves. I'll invite you to our office. Amazing.
Sure.
Who busy, man? But I think because of the principles, So I'm trying to own the value chain. Cartel, remember?
Yes.
Cartel is to value chain, Then after that, fast forward, funeral parlours. They started.
Yes, because every time I knew, obviously, as a part of the events and all. And I must say, for 2017, even now, I haven't seen or been in a funeral where it was like a showstopper. I know it's a wrong word to use the term, it's like now we are celebrating or something.
Yeah.
But what you did at my uncle's funeral, it can be undone. Sure. It can be copied.
No, for sure.
And when I met you the other day, Cartel, it was like, man, Cartel. Until I'm like, no. I know these people.
Exactly.
Because you've got this other level of excellence. Sure. It's like it get drawing, you took it and you just placed it there. Exactly. It's as if we can leave everything like that, Exactly. Don't mess it up. We leave it like that. Exactly. We're gonna leave it there.
Exactly. I think that's as I mentioned, the principles. One of the principles that they're excellent. Making sure. I think it's because you self-taught and you learn and you see the feedback. People give you feedback. Wow. So like you're around. Wow. Okay. How do I make sure that I don't drop the standard?
Yes.
Quality preservation.
Quality preservation.
In business, you don't drop the ball. Small or big or wherever you are, you don't drop the ball, So I tried to engage with funeral parlours, and it took a bit of convincing, but because now, you're no one, or I wanna deco,
yes, it's your space.
Deco. deco, I think that's what made us Cartel to be where we are now. You know? So then I've perfected it. I can't want to LC. Now you get a chef. I don't know. Everything you must do right. You know, you don't compromise. Tablecloth must be white. You know, I think I'm the office by it already. The demo. Then that's when it's the school. The only time you're gonna see me fighting, you give a client something that is substandard.
And then that's at the funeral.
I'm gonna fight with you. They know, because it's about client centricity. Yes. Because you sell a promise. You promise. Remember when you get all they want is a befitting send off. Outside of famous. So I think that culture has developed. Even my staff, they know. Or a most client thing. I don't know what it comes down.
Yes.
Because so I engaged with the funeral parlours, you know. Look, it just like that. We started having contracts, you know, where B2B, you know, business to business.
Yes.
And look, I wish I could mention names, but all these big funeral parlours you see today, all of them were part of it. The deco still the one I want to call body, all you see now, you know, it's us.
Wow.
Correct. I would take it, you know, compa, you know, I think it's just to respect. But all these big boys and girls you see today, deco, it comes here. And I'm forever grateful.
Yes.
You know?
Yes.
You can call it copy, but you know, it's nice when you sit down and say, I did it.
I did it.
And you gain respect in the market.
Yes.
You know?
Very
I think for me that's
very true.
That's that.
Very
you know? So
true.
then you collaborate about the tactics, about the ideas of really contract more. How do you change it? You know, do it yourself. Oh, okay.
With your own ideas.
Yeah, it hurts a bit, but you know, you need to be a bigger person.
Yeah.
You know? So then fast forward, then, you know, then I thought, you know, let me do it now the right way. I'll do it myself. Now I do burial, I do catering, I do everything now. So when I did it was a process, but it came to this point. It had to come to this point. So now Cartel Funeral Home. Now,
so when did it start, this funeral home?
Look, it started, I'll take it along the way. I'll take it now. I kept as 9 lives.
Yes, you're driving.
I get 9 lives, you know. And I wish you could invite me at some point, you know, unsung heroes, people that are no more, that made an impact in my life. The Dwaba funerals.
I know him.
You know that?
Yes.
That the Elias Letwaba. Salute.
Salute to him indeed.
Salute.
Yes.
I was 19 years old. But then we can take a drive the hash. I'm a man of many talents, you know.
Sure.
Trust me when I tell you, you know, he played a very important.
Wow.
I will forever be grateful.
Wow.
Like you to drive a mola. One was in a style. That the Dwaba Naya go cemetery, upper dobs, music, you know, those old, these are pioneers in the funeral space. Not funeral parlor, I knew it when I was a boy. So it was just, he adored me because I had this sense. I was, it's useful, because I was also an accountant, business, trust. You know, Sunday times, kids an article that them when I turn to it about the trust, you know, because never go asset management, tax, you know, advise, hey, so on tax, who reduce a tax, because I'm a cost accountant, but cost and management accounting.
Oh, okay.
So career, so I would get it two lens on a night and ammunition into the future. So then
and they're being useful now.
Then I'm good well, and that imagine that would happen as less than 5. But he was just that intelligent.
Yes.
So business acumen, all these things I've learned. I was just young. So I had this dream that one day I'm going to be just like the Teldwa.
Wow.
And the Teldwa, look, I think he saw I was just young. And up and up to me, we were 19 years. So, a lot of things I could navigate. And so then was this day, I was 21, 22, I remember. My son, I'll bless it. Opportunity. Why don't you diversify? Those are the languages. Look, the funeral parliament.
Yeah, and the quality of
it's unmatched. All you see now, those are pioneers.
And the limousine, those days inside the limo.
We're driving those limousines. So for me, I think it was inevitable to be here. It was just a matter of time, maturity. I remember Kitomile, it was my first disappointment. Then look, I resign. I was 23, 22.
So you wanted to resign 22, 23?
Then I think it was a family business. I think when he related, I respected that. I bowed out, but it was head one. But I think Lorna was not. I think I had to go through this journey.
Yes.
To mature and everything. And I think then I think it was
maybe it would have ended in tears. Yeah.
So that's where we are. So I think, believe you me when I tell you,
wow.
Cartel Funeral Home is going to change the game completely.
Sure.
There's things that are going to happen there. It's going to change how the funeral space is completely. I can tell you now, there's things that are brewing that are going to change the game. And I'm excited because I believe in quality. I believe in. I'm a funeral planner right now, but Thabiso the funeral planner. Who busy?
Yes, who busy?
But I'm very focused. I know the end in mind. So yeah, so I think there you'll see in the next year. God willing, I would love to sit with you and say, what are you? We are creating a conversation to the market now. Because now I believe you just want, you're taking that, you want somebody to manage that pain. I know you not, so I'll take it more, because I got to spill the business, but
yes, I hear you.
Busy, very busy. So yeah, I think obviously with the 7 companies, remember now projects now, recreating Cartel flowers. The flower.
Yeah.
I mean, you can see. Your flower. Nana goes na flower. So Cartel Flowers is a fully running business. Print ink. We print of our own, the brochure, outdoor, billboards, you name it. Cartel Foods. There's big things coming there. Drive-thrus. That's coming, product that we are launching. Cartel Funeral Hospitality. Cartel Funeral Home.
Okay. Funeral Hospitality. The name on its own says something.
And the feedback. You see what that gives me grace and what gives me comfort. Feedback. What's feedback? Feedback.
Yeah.
But like you said,
True.
It's something else, And Renale Cartel Cares Foundation. I'm very philanthropic.
What foundation?
Cartel Cares Foundation.
Oh, okay.
Sharing. Remember, sharing is caring.
Sharing is caring. Okay. Because I wanted to. The next question was going to be about the community charity corporate social investment question.
For every rand we make, 30 cents goes to the community. Literally,
For what?
For every rand we make as a
For
brand.
every rand.
30 cents.
So 30% of your income goes to the community.
That's what we're doing, man. Trust me.
Wow.
That's philanthropy here, working silently. I get about a whole, when you give, leave your camera at home.
Yes.
That's why certain things you'll never know. I do them because it has to be done. Why do you show off? I can't show off, because it's with me, my creative say, once I find my purpose,
sure.
Now I serve.
Yes.
Everything I do, I serve. That's my purpose in life.
If I'm to ask, what kind of projects, community projects are you involved in?
Okay, let me now give you examples. I'll give you real examples.
Yes.
Or do you want me to be...
Even if you can mention one, if there's anyone you can mention, or just examples.
There's a school group, Mamelodi Pre-Voc. We've donated a canteen.
Wow.
We built a canteen for the teacher. We've done the metric dances for the kids, for the 12s. The whole event, not like 200 of them, catering for them, deco.
Wow.
We found a spot, one of the fella, the working bus to take them there to a facility somewhere around, because they didn't want to be entering. So we really donated the classrooms for Zotwa, Ridgeville, about 30 classrooms from our pocket. We've identified, there's many schools that we, people living with disability, it touches me because these are they're unable to do certain things, and government doesn't have enough budget. So identify those, and we do something about it, And also now there's a Cartel Academy. Staff it's young people.
I noticed with the funerals and all.
Of our staff is young, like literally young. Academy more identifying talent, the professional drapers, technicians, cooks, what power pay. It's so rough, and we do it silently, So
untold stories.
Wow. And this other young man, Marwe to star. Are you our hero? CV, opportunity, but you are unleashing.
Sure.
And I mean, since you've taught me so many things I could ever be involved. You took me from manufacturing on Ponsakere. So I wish I could tell the world. No. The world knows. You don't have to announce it.
There are ways for the world to know without you actually blowing,
No, you don't have to do anything. Just serve. Now I'm serving others. I'm a living testimony of serving. So now what makes me wake up in the morning is my Creator has shown me the sign. But if you remember the story.
Yes.
So I know what I should do. So yeah, I think that's the Cartel Foundation. There's a lot that's coming there.
Wow.
I mean, I'm just telling you half of what we do.
I can see this is just half of.
There's too many things,
Sure.
That's happening there. And obviously, so yeah, in the main, so we're also exporting our project, our events. I mean, I can tell you now, Ghana, they want me to open an office. Zimbabwe, Australia.
Wow.
All the provinces, I mean, people get to see our funeral and say, and I said, no, let's, now I'm fortunate to launch the product. It's been underwritten, smaller, there's going to be big things there. There's, I don't want to spoil the brains, but I can tell you now, God willing, in a year's time, it's a different country. Yes. So I'm just showing you, there's a lot. It's just half.
Wow.
There's another half, but a half is just to empower people. Now for me, the legacy is to say, once I'm no more, people must celebrate because it's changing lives one step at a time.
Yes, one life at a time.
I think you said it right.
Sure.
That's me. You know?
I mean, I'm thinking of the number of the young people I saw at that funeral at Dr. Khumuli Momokai.
Yes. So
it's like
yes,
over 20, if I'm not wrong.
Yeah.
and all of them young people.
Young people.
And I was looking at that and I'd be like, wow.
Those are the future CEOs.
Sure.
Once it's a pull up. Once we grow, I tell them, pull the business up. It will pull you. You are CEOs of regional managers, provincial managers. I see you guys. Make it easy because now I believe in you. So I think for me, the business side, I think that for me, as my legacy is that, that story,
Sure,
story.
What a beautiful story.
Changes a game.
Yes.
We feel about the opportunity.
Yes.
Yeah, I think for me that's that, and what makes me smile every day, there was this other funeral I've done, and that I think is a take home for me. This guy, I haven't seen it for a while, So fast forward to what I write, T-Men are writing, you made me question myself for funeral. You made me create a conversation. No, I mean, I even phoned my wife for happy when I want to. So let me plan so now for me is to also create a conversation to say a funeral, it's inevitable, it's going to happen. I'm going to have, in fact, I'm challenging the world to say, I'm going to create those conversations to say, how funeral on your because I go to each and every house, or one or more planner, and Ntato or me or deserve it.
And sometimes it's someone like when you are the planner.
Yes.
The planner. Yeah. And then those who are left, the send off is not befitting for this person who is a planner.
And when I go out of my way. I want to short TV and then TV I give. I give. I don't even wait. Go office me borrow right I give. You give guys, it's okay. TV nettle storage in they needed the TV. I'll do it. So I look at it, it's in me. I don't even have to announce it. That's why it's already blessings. Now I'm rich ka blessings. I'm not rich ka and because Modimo au shireletse, Modimo au fe, mo tsering.
Yes.
Otlo faith. Now for me,
those are blessings.
I'm rich with blessings.
Yes. You know the Nigerians buy graspile this thing. Exactly. When it comes to what the older people are releasing, they take it with two hands, and it's something that they embrace.
Hey, that keeps me going. Money, it's just, that doesn't motivate me. Just for you, That
money motivates me.
Oh, well. Yes, but not for me. Remember what motivates me, it's part of, remember, business principle, you have to make profit. So now for me, it's no longer about that. It's about changing lives. Remember now.
Living your purpose.
Yeah. So, yes, you need to pay the bills, but that doesn't stimulate me. To be honest, you have to pay the bills, you have to do it, but it doesn't make me wake up in the morning. Not for making the purpose. When I was saying purpose, life, living with a purpose, I mean, obviously, others motivates, yes, and it's nothing wrong because money can pay for certain things, and for advantage. Now for me, the favor sector, and imagine I've buried kings and queens. I've went through to many places. The doors have opened. You can ask yourself, I've buried both George Bezos. So I've done the weddings of the deputy president. I don't know how, but because of what I do. The work speaks. So when I can give favors,
it speaks for itself.
You might think it's unfair, but it's favors because somebody saw you somewhere.
Very true.
Now I got referred when I don't know how. You'd ask me, no, Thabiso, no, no. I do honest business. That's
the late Voyom Bully Mitiro ya bula bula. So your work is already speaking for itself.
I mean, I've done the funeral. Bo Robbie Malinga. The CV is quite good, What we have is a CV, my guy. That opens doors,
It is.
If I could share a CV, so how? But the king of the Bapedis, the queens of the Zulus, how? Trust me, is people seeing what you do.
Yes.
I think those are the things now. I'd say the favors, So I'm forever grateful, and I don't take it for granted, And I'm always humble, I would not blow my own horn. Yes. That's when you interview me, you'd know this, but normally you'd say, but
and one thing I've seen with your wife as well is you are part of the people. You're part of them. You can't really stand and say, okay, there's the boss, there's who you.
Exactly.
You are just part of the people.
I mean, people would ask, we present into big stages where you present. Is it not the front? No.
Because of your skin.
Yeah, I mean, or present them with the office.
Oh, okay.
About ferries, happy or what's again? Happy or passionate. It's very ferries. I think I'm that humble person. I don't like to really blow my own horn, because of the upbringing of one.
Yes,
respect the motto, and I respect the person, whether you are from Mass or from where. For me, that's me. So, and I'm asking my creator, please make me to be this way. Not anything. If you're going to shower me with anything that you shower me, it must not change me, because I'm here to serve.
Yes.
Because you are going to be recorded, and please take record you. And I mean, look, now when I'm from far, I had to be resuscitated twice. I was in induced coma.
Twice? In two different episodes, or it was in
3 months I was in hospital. When I COVID.
Sure.
COVID. But in get feeling by scope.
Sure.
Yeah, no, I mean, I was like, so I had to learn to walk, learn to talk. If you're bedridden for 2 months, I've seen things. I negotiated with my creator.
I don't want to see the whole body. I'm going back.
Because I'm that, I'm that. And I think it was an unfinished business, and I'm intentional that I'm going to make it a finished business, because you cannot convince me anyhow.
Amen. Amen to that.
So for me, a resource that Mudimu, and I'm happy to be used by God. I'm happy. So I think for me, that's my story. And look, for me, it's just to be thankful, fella. It's I'm overwhelmed.
Yes, but I get you.
I'm just thankful, fella.
Yes.
I'm in the space, and and I wish people can just learn. I mean, my son. One position. What's your journey like? Can you take over at some point? I'm excited, but I would not even do a third of what you do.
Wow.
Because I see, you invested in this, and I think he likes what we do, and but it challenged me to say, I'm not doing good enough. because if you know, I remember this is a legacy. You know, no, my boy, I know you're introvert, but try to. He's doing well. You know, I mean, he's now. I'm leaving him into the Thanksgiving. You know, vote of thanks. You know, and so now for me, you know, I would wish, you know, if I were to have an academy where I could teach people entrepreneurship, you know, motivation and talks and all those. So that's what I need to do. When I retire, God willing, in 4 years' time, you know.
When I retire in 4 years' time?
Yeah.
You're going to start a new project in 4 years' time.
You know,
watch the space. You'll be starting something. You'll be telling me I'm going to Mass. There's a project in Mass.
You know. So I think for me, if I could just impart, you know, and show people, and you know, especially young people, you know, because now I've never, remember, it was self-taught. I had to learn the hard way, you know. So now for me, if I could have just thousands and thousands of kids and show them that there's a hope here, there's Bona, you know, and I could also contribute in diminishing or minimizing the unemployment. It's scary, you know, and so you know that will be my project, you know, just investing in young people, giving them funding, I mean, you know, assisting them, you know. That will be I think that will be an exciting project. So in 4 years' time, God willing, obviously I'll take that project.
Yes.
And maybe teach. I mean, people were even saying, no, this other lecture types was again. A sort of a module where you go to varsities about entrepreneurship, because it's not.
And actually from schools.
Yeah, teach them, you know, show them, look, you know, So I think those are the things that now what I'm looking up to, you know, to make that impact in that, you know, entrepreneurship, you know, stimulating entrepreneurship. I think that would be my first, you know, bite, you know, and teach them, you know, teach them.
Yes, true,
you know,
true.
But it's also passion, you know, and do what you love.
Passion.
In whatever you do. You know, you can be a policeman, be the best. Doctor, be the best doctor. You know,
if you're sweeping the streets, sweep them so well, as if you're earning millions.
You know, that's what that will make a better country. Because then it's service delivery. Now, when it's a service delivery for me, it will take 7. But it's the only time I told one office customers are happy because when our communicator that's the only time I fight with my staff. But anything else, I'm just the guy.
Sure. Yeah. Wow. Thank you so much. I want you to look at that camera, and then we're just going to tell the viewers where you can be found.
Okay.
Like on social media, the website, where can you be found? Okay.
I think Babugeli, as you mentioned, Thabiso, you can find me. My number is quite easy: 082-851-4140. My cell phone number. And kama attack na komang IT me because secondly, my own email address, info. Thabiso at Cartel Events. That's your zero. I think that's my one. And then if really want interesting, maybe sometimes I'm also busy. You can try info at Cartel Events. .co.za. But I think
especially the info one.
The info, it was quite hectic. And then obviously my own, obviously Facebook. Everyone root on Facebook. Hey, I can like old school. Hey, I'm buying this, but hey, it's all saying, but hey, no. Then Baraking Thabiso, the final planner. I think but use those ones because I think those are the ones that you're going to find me. But you can go on to our website, Cartel Events. Cartel Events.co.za, Cartel Project. Just see what we do because everything is there. But it also it will link you to take you everywhere. So I think, but go to the cell phone number, go to the email address. You'll find me.
Or they can just search Cartel events or just Cartel.
Cartel
you can
events,
show them.
We can take you through all other things we do. I think in the main, hope is there. It can be done, and please don't look down or how conal. It's here. It can be done. It will be done if you really want it to be done. Help is there. There's my number. Trust me, I'll come visit. Sit down and also plan. As long as you plan, we'll make it happen. I'll advise you because I've been in many roads, so I know people that can make things. I've really plucked people, differently. So please, if you really need help, I'm here. Thanks.
Thank you. And your offices, you are in the Monovani, I see. Where else and where else?
We're in Centurion, if you website you go to 1373 on road, go Centurion, but then look at Ridgeville, look at Mamelodi office, but our head office case. So obviously we're also growing soon. So I think the next 2 years will be all 9 provinces, because I'm also on the road trying to make sure everything's done. But it takes time. It's frustrating people because so, but it's a journey. But I think by 2 years' time we should be.
Yes. Thanks. Thank you so much, Thabiso Motaung. It was really great sitting and talking. You blew my mind. I knew the events part, the deco and all, and then that time, then I saw the funeral part, and now it's like I'm speechless.
No, sure.
May the Lord increase you. Your work, especially what you're doing for the community. Yes. How you are serving. A lot of times we hear people saying, my business actually is a business, yes, but I'm serving. You ask, what are you doing for the community? No, there's nothing wrong with donating the but as you growing, you can't be just donating the 200 children annually. So to hear what you're doing, it's very impressive. I'm still shocked at the 30%. For every rent, the 30 cents is going to the community. Sure. Now you really qualify to say you are saving the community. So may the Lord increase you. The Bible area, for those who don't have, when you give, you are actually borrowing to God. Sure. Especially the widows, the orphans. I don't want to preach, but that is just the truth. Or what you're doing, you are borrowing to God, and that is why He's going to pour out His blessings to go. May Cartel let heaven be the limit, not the sky, but let heaven be the limit.
Okay.
So beautiful viewer, this is Thabiso Motaung, Mr. Cartel. We can't even say Cartel events, Cartel in Kibona, Mr. Cartel, CARTEL. Go and search it. Website, search them. Services, I'm not blowing my horn or their horn. The service is excellence, excellence. Until next time, from me, Maggie Mahlaule. Goodbye.